So this is my first ever pair of Jordan airships that I bought. The reason I ended up buying these is basically they're on sale, and at the time there's probably a few that were released, which was this pair, the yellow pair, and the neutral grey pair. And as far as I remember, the Armand Manier in black, I think it was. And then some of the other ones started releasing later on, like the Every Game Pack, and which I bought. It's one of those trainers that, like I said, I bought at the time where I thought there weren't going to be too many airships releasing, but how wrong was I? And similar to the Jordan 2, the airship has basically been pumped out by Jordan brand a lot, and therefore a lot of these sneakers are now just sort of going really below retail, almost sort of half price, and it probably needs to stop at some point, I guess. But if I'm honest, I do like the history behind the airship. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of this particular model, and it's not something that I'd sort of grab to wear over, say, Jordan 1. However, like I said, I do appreciate the history behind it, and being sort of Jordan's sort of first trainer to wear from Nike. And this particular colorway came out, I think, maybe just before like the Jordan 4 SBs as well. And so for me, I haven't got too many green sneakers, and that's why I ended up buying this particular pair. But it's a cool pair, and it's very similar to the University Gold one in terms of like the leather feeling very sort of stiff and sort of solid. And I'm not sure if it's more of a thicker cut than a sort of standard sort of release, especially like compared to like the Every Game. I think the leather quality on that is nicer, and same for the neutral greys as well. I think with this pair the leather feels nice, but it's got some sort of glossy treatment to it, which gives it this sort of shine, and I'm not sure how that would then kind of wear over time, and whether the creases would be more noticeable because it's more shiny material. But however, this swoosh and the collar have got a nicer sort of leather material in my opinion. My only thing that I don't like is the Nike Air. This is probably an OG thing anyway, but it's just been printed on, and it just looks a bit tacky compared to the every game one that I've got, which is sort of embroidered in, and that looks much nicer to me, and I prefer it to be like that. And I think the neutral greys were also embroidered at the back as well. So, but you know, it's a cool pair to sort of see and have in hand, and it is very much like a Jordan 1 at the end of the day, especially in terms of how you wear it. I think they probably run slightly smaller than their Jordan 1. So here's the details for the Air Jordan Airship PE-SP Pine Green. It comes in a white and pine green colourway, and much like a Jordan 1, these have a polyurethane cupsole with an airbag unit in the heel, and it's an all leather construction, and the price is £140. So with the comfort and sizing, again, this is on the medium to firm side, so it's very much like a Jordan 1, and for that reason they can get sort of fatiguing after a while because of the hard sole, and it's very sort of flat on foot as well, and so you don't have too much arch support either. And I think with this particular pair you need a bit more time for it to wear in, because the leather is quite sort of a thick cut, and so it's probably around sort of 6 to 12 hours. And I would recommend going up half size on these. I think they fit slightly snugger than the Jordan 1 in my opinion. And these have again same sort of grip as a Jordan 1, so it's really great, and it's got this sort of radial traction pattern on there. So the look and style, I love the classic look for these. You know, it's just very much a staple of the sort of 80s shoe, and it's a good one to wear I think autumn spring because of the colorway being a pine green colorway, and also the leather being quite thick. And these ones I think you can sort of dress up casual and smart casual, because they're predominantly plain sneaker. I think depending on what you're wearing, as long as you're kind of hiding the collar, you can probably wear these with quite, with a smarter outfit like jumper and chinos for example. And you can go with the white laces and the green laces that come with it, and you can even maybe try sail. That goes quite nice against the green. So with the final thoughts, I like the 85 midsole that they've used, so it's very similar to that in terms of its pattern. And the leather material is nice. It's got a weird treatment on there. I don't know whether it's the lacquer that's kind of on there, the coating that they put on there. It just makes it a bit more stiffer though. And I do like the simple colourway as well, so just being a white and green sneaker. The cons, I think the price is probably slightly too high for this particular pair because it's not doing anything special. And I'm not a fan of the Nike Air logo on the heel for this particular one, because I've seen the ones with the embroidery on there. This one feels a bit on the cheaper side, being a sort of printed logo. and it has a very sort of standard insole compared to the other airships. And the shiny leather I'm not a big fan of. So with the ratings, I give the look and style a 3 out of 5. It's very sort of par for the course. I think there's certain airships that look at, you know, have that sort of quality to them, like the neutral grey one, where even if you're not a fan of the silhouette itself, the quality on there just kind of overrides that. And the comfort, I give it a 3. It's much like any other sort of Jordan 1 really, so it's not anything to shout about. And the quality, I give it a 4. It's not so bad. It was one of those ones where I think the leather quality is quite sort of thick on this, so I can't really rate it down, and the shoe is built well. And the pricing, it's probably priced a little bit too high for being kind of more of a GR, and like I say, some of the details on this aren't as nice as the neutral grey pair or the every game pack. And that's the reason why I've given this a 3 out of 5. It's one of those ones where, you know, you can pretty much miss it unless you're really sort of fan of this particular colour. It's not, you know, a sneaker that you need to kind of grab.